Alright, so this is one of those old Soviet strength drills that looks simple. Deceptively simple. You're lying flat on the ground, one kettlebell in hand, and you press it slow. No leg drive, no bounce, no momentum, just raw control. The floor cuts your range short, so your shoulder and core have to do everything. Every rep feels heavy because the body can't cheat. And that's exactly the point. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down a secret Soviet strength and conditioning drill that built bulletproof shoulders, unshakable core stability, and the kind of strength that shows up when you actually need it. Not gym strength. Real-world, functional power. By the end of this video, you'll understand the philosophy behind this drill, why it's so brutally effective, how to perform it correctly, and how to integrate it into your training for maximum results. This is going to change how you think about strength training. Let's get into it. First, let's understand what this drill actually is. The Soviet floor press. It's exactly what it sounds like. You lie flat on your back, kettlebell in one hand, and press it straight up. Then lower it with control until your upper arm touches the floor. That's one rep. Simple, right? Wrong. This exercise is a masterclass in what Soviet coaches called strength from stillness. Let me explain. When you press from the floor, you eliminate the stretch reflex. In a regular bench press, you can bounce the bar off your chest slightly. That elastic energy helps you start the press. On the floor, there's no bounce. You come to a complete stop, dead weight. Then you have to generate force from zero velocity. This builds a specific type of strength. Starting strength, the ability to produce force from a standstill. Soviet coaches understood this was critical. In real life, you don't always have momentum. Sometimes you need to generate force from a complete stop. A tackle from standing still. Lifting a heavy object that's on the ground. Pushing a stalled car. The floor press builds exactly this quality. Now here's where the Soviet philosophy really kicks in. They didn't chase explosive power right away. They built it from stillness. From control. Western training often prioritizes speed and explosion from day one. Fast reps, explosive concentric, maximum velocity. But the Soviets understood something deeper. Before you can be explosive, you must be stable. Before you can move fast, you must be strong in the slow parts. They wanted you strong in the hold, in the negative, in the paused positions. Because that's where real stability lives. That's where your body learns to control force under maximum tension. The Soviet floor press embodies this philosophy completely. You're not just lifting a weight here, you're teaching your nervous system to stay locked under pressure. Let me break down exactly what's happening during this movement. The setup, you lie flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. One kettlebell is clean to your shoulder, forearm vertical, elbow tucked to your ribs. Your other arm is extended to the side for balance, roughly 45 degrees from your body. This is your starting position. Already your core is engaged to prevent rotation. Your shoulder is packed and stable. Your grip is crushing the kettlebell handle. The press. From the rack position, you press the kettlebell straight up. Not toward your feet, not toward your head. Straight up. Your shoulder blade should protract slightly at the top, pushing the bell as high as possible. Lock out completely. Arm fully extended, shoulder stable. The descent. This is where the magic happens. Lower the weight with control, not a free fall, not a collapse, controlled descent. Your elbow touches the floor first, then your upper arm settles. Complete stop. Dead weight resting on the floor, the pause. This is non-negotiable. Pause for 1 to 3 seconds, with your arm completely relaxed on the floor. The weight is supported by the ground, not your muscles. This eliminates all momentum. All elastic energy dissipates, the press from stillness. Now, from this dead stop, you must generate force to press the weight back up. No bounce, no cheat. Just raw strength production from zero velocity. This is the Soviet secret. Strength from stillness. One arm presses while the other fights to keep your body from twisting. That's anti-rotation strength, the kind that actually shows up in a fight, in wrestling, in any athletic movement where you need to resist unwanted rotation. Your core isn't just working during the press, it's working the entire time to prevent your torso from rolling toward the pressing side. This is functional core training. Not crunches, not planks. Real integrated core stability under load. Now let's discuss why this drill is so effective. Benefit 1. It builds true starting strength. The ability to produce force from zero is trainable. The floor press forces you to develop it. Every rep starts from complete stillness. Your nervous system learns to recruit maximum muscle fibers instantly without the help of momentum. This transfers directly to real-world strength, lifting heavy objects from the ground, pushing stalled vehicles, grappling and wrestling where you need to generate force from awkward positions. Starting strength is the foundation of functional power. Benefit 2. It eliminates cheating and teaches proper mechanics. On a regular press, people arch their back, use leg drive, bounce the weight. The floor press removes all of these compensations. You can't arch excessively because your back is on the floor. You can't leg drive effectively from this position. You can't bounce. All you can do is press with proper shoulder and tricep mechanics. This teaches your body the correct movement pattern. Over time, this carries over to your standing presses, making them more efficient and powerful. Benefit 3. It builds bulletproof shoulders. The controlled tempo and dead stop position force your rotator cuff and scapular stabilizers to work overtime. These small muscles are responsible for shoulder health and injury prevention. Soviet athletes had remarkably healthy shoulders despite decades of heavy training. The floor press and similar stability-focused drills were why. They built strength through stability, not just through maximum load. Benefit 4. It develops anti-rotation core strength. When you press with one arm, your torso wants to rotate toward that side. Your core must resist this rotation. This is anti-rotation strength, and it's critical for athletic performance. Every time you throw a punch, swing a bat, or change direction while running, your core is resisting rotation. The floor press trains exactly this quality. One side creates force, the other side stabilizes. Your core integrates both. Benefit 5. It's scalable and equipment minimal. You need one kettlebell and a floor. That's it. No bench, no rack, no spotter. This makes it perfect for home training, outdoor training, or minimalist setups. Plus, it's infinitely scalable. Beginners can use lightweight and focus on the pause and control. Advanced athletes can use heavy weight and add tempo variations. Now let's talk about the Soviet programming principles for the floor press. Soviet coaches used specific rep ranges and tempos to maximize results. Soviet floor press protocol, sets and reps, 4 to 6 sets of 3 to 6 reps per arm. This is the strength-building range, not high reps for endurance, low to moderate reps for maximum force production. Tempo, 3 to 5 second descent. 1 to 3 second pause on the floor. Explosive but controlled press, 1 second lockout at top. This tempo maximizes time under tension while maintaining the strength focus. Frequency, 2 to 3 times per week. The floor press is demanding, but not as fatiguing as maximum effort bench press. You can train it more frequently. Progression, increase weight slowly. Add 1 to 2 kilograms every 2 weeks if you can maintain perfect form and tempo. Progression is gradual. Soviet training emphasized patience, integration with other movements. The floor press was never trained in isolation. It was part of a complete push-pull system. For every floor press session, Soviet athletes did equal pulling work. Rows, pull-ups, face pulls. This maintained shoulder health and balance development. Pushing without pulling creates imbalances. The Soviets understood this completely. Sample Soviet upper body session. Floor press, 5 sets of 5 reps per arm, moderate to heavy weight. Kettlebell rows, 5 sets of 8 reps per arm, matching the pressing volume. Pull-ups or chin-ups, 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Face pulls or band pull-aparts, 3 sets of 15 reps, shoulder health work. This creates complete upper body development. Pressing strength from the floor press. Pulling strength from rows and pull-ups. Shoulder stability from face pulls. All integrated into one session. Now let's address common mistakes that sabotage results. Mistake 1. Rushing the tempo. People want to bang out reps quickly. This defeats the entire purpose. The floor press is about control, not speed. Slow down. Feel every inch of the movement. Pause completely on the floor. Build strength from stillness, not momentum. Mistake 2, not pausing long enough. The pause must be complete, 1 to 3 seconds. If you're bouncing off the floor or cutting the pause short, you're missing the point. The pause is where the magic happens. Dead stop, complete relaxation, then maximum force production. Mistake 3, allowing the torso to rotate. Your shoulders should stay square to the ceiling. If your torso twists toward the pressing arm, your core isn't engaged properly. Brace harder, keep your free arm pushing into the floor, maintain rigidity through your midsection. Mistake 4, going too heavy too soon. Ego lifting destroys this drill. The floor press feels harder than a regular press because you can't cheat. People grab heavy weight, then compensate with terrible form. Start lighter than you think. Master the pause and tempo. Build up slowly. What results can you expect from Soviet floor press training? In 4 weeks, noticeable shoulder stability improvement. Presses feel more controlled and powerful, reduced shoulder discomfort or clicking. Anti-rotation core strength development. In 8 weeks, significant pressing strength gains. Your regular overhead press and bench press will increase. Visible shoulder and tricep development. Enhanced body awareness and control under load. In 12 weeks, complete shoulder transformation. Bulletproof joint stability. Pressing strength that rivals or exceeds your previous maxes. Functional core strength that shows up in sports and daily life. Here's the philosophical truth behind this drill. The Soviets understood that strength isn't just about moving maximum weight. It's about control. It's about stability. It's about being strong in every position, at every speed, under every condition. Western training often chases numbers. How much can you bench? How much can you press? The Soviets asked different questions. How stable are you under load? Can you produce force from stillness? Can you control the eccentric? Can you resist unwanted movement? These questions build better athletes, stronger humans, more durable bodies. The floor press answers all of them. So here's my challenge. Add the Soviet floor press to your training for 8 weeks, 2 to 3 times per week, 4 to 6 sets of 3 to 6 reps per arm. Focus on the pause and tempo, not the weight. Track your progress in pressing strength, shoulder stability, and core control. 8 weeks from now, your shoulders will be stronger, more stable, and healthier. Your pressing numbers will increase. And you'll understand why Soviet athletes could train hard for decades without breaking down. If you're committing to Soviet floor press training, drop a comment saying, "Strength from stillness." Let's build a community that values control over chaos. And if you want more Soviet strength drills, detailed form breakdowns, and complete training protocols, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The secret Soviet strength drill. Simple but brutal, effective but unforgiving. It builds strength from stillness, the kind that actually matters. I'll see you in the next video. Now go press from the floor.